In the ancient Omu Kingdom, long before steel touched soil, long before the new world washed over the old, there lived a young girl whose name would echo through generations. This is the story of Oseme and the calabash that carried the destiny of an entire kingdom. Oseme was on her way back from the stream, balancing a clay pot on her head, when she saw her, an old woman, sitting beneath the mighty Iroko tree. Her wrapper was faded, her eyes cloudy yet strangely sharp. The woman raised a trembling hand, said, "Come, child. Your mother taught you well. Your heart is strong. You will need it soon." Before Oseme could reply, a sudden wind swept the path, and the old woman vanished, as if she had never been there. That night, Oseme sat outside her home when she heard someone calling her name, a whisper, soft but unmistakable. Oseme, Oseme. She followed the voice to the granary, and there, lying in the moonlight, was a small calabash, carved with ancient markings. The moment she touched it, it glowed. Then the calabash spoke to her. "You are chosen. Find the hidden spring before the moon grows full, or your village will fall." Shaken, Osem ran inside. Her parents exchanged a look that froze her blood. Her father spoke first. "Oseme, years before your birth, the oracle spoke of a drought that would return, and a child marked by the moon, destined to save the kingdom." Her mother gently turned Oseme's wrist upward. Under the firelight, her birthmark shimmered, shaped like a crescent moon. Oseme's voice trembled. "What must I do?" Her father nodded toward the calabash. "Father, it will lead you." Before dawn, Oseme stepped into the forest, a small bag over her shoulder, the calabash hanging at her chest. The trees whispered as she walked, as though they already knew she was coming. Hours passed before she heard it. A deep, hungry growl. A hyena stepped onto the path, eyes gleaming, teeth bared. Oseme froze, but the calabash glowed fiercely. A burst of light shot forth, and the hyena fled into the shadows. Oseme stared at her own hands. The calabash was far more powerful than she realized. She reached the clearing, where a giant baobab tree stood. Suddenly, the ground trembled. Roots lifted like legs, branches like arms. The trees spoke out to her. "Chosen child, why have you come?" Oseme fell to her knees. "I seek the hidden spring. My village is in danger." The tree spirit lowered a glowing bead. The tree said, "Take this. It holds the memory of the forest. Use it at the gates of water and fire." And just like that, it returned to its initial position. By evening, Oseme stood before a river, so still it reflected the sky like glass. Across from it, a blazing arch of fire burned without consuming anything. Two paths, one of water, one of flame. She lifted the forest bead. It glowed, showing her walking through both. She stepped into the river. The calabash floated toward the flames. Water rose around her, but she remained dry. Fire surrounded the calabash, but it remained cool. When she reached the other side, the gates vanished. A cave waited ahead. The spring awaits. Inside the cave, a giant eagle guarded a glowing pool. Its scales shimmered, blue and gold. The eagle said, "Who seeks the waters of Ajaloran?" Oseme stood tall. "I am Oseme of Omu. I come to save my people." The eagle's eyes burned brighter. The eagle said, "The spring cannot be taken by force, only by sacrifice, something you cannot replace." Oseme clutched the calabash, her guide, her protection. Her voice broke. "I offer this. if that is the cost. The eagle bowed its great head and said, "Your heart is pure. You may take the water." The spring glowed. The calabash filled itself, though she had offered it away. Light danced on the cave walls. The python whispered. The eagle said to her, "Go save your people." Oseme raced through the forest. The trees seemed to open for her, as if the forest itself guided her way. When she reached Omu, villagers gathered in shock and hope. Her parents rushed to her, tears in their eyes. Dark clouds gathered above. Oseme lifted the calabash. A single drop fell, and thunder answered. Rain poured. The dry earth drank eagerly. Drums thundered. Villagers danced through the storm. Children laughed, splashing in puddles. Life had returned. As the rain fell, the calabash cracked gently and dissolved into shimmering dust. Its mission was complete. Oseme watched the dust drift into the air, a peaceful smile on her face. She had fulfilled her destiny, but the world had only just begun to know her name. And so, the tale of Oseme, the girl with the heart of a lion and the mark of the moon, lives on in the songs of Omu. A reminder that courage can come from anyone, even a young girl with a simple calabash. If you enjoyed this tale, remember to like, subscribe, and come back for more legendary African stories.